Hi guys, how are you doing today? Feels so good to be on your screen again. So today we are going to be talking about losing friends, choosing peace, and the hard lessons that I've learned about friendship. Let's get right into the video. So today I want to talk about friendship, not the cute kind of friendship, but the one that cost you your peace, cost you happiness, cost you almost everything you think wouldn't happen to you is happening, and then the kind of friendship that you have to reflect and see if this is what you actually want. The kind of friendship I want to talk about is the one that stretches you, the one that breaks your heart, the one that you have to step back from. I lost 90% of my friendship last year due to some reasons. I'm not 100% perfect, and I won't say that I don't have my fault in all of this, but then I lost 90% of my friendships. Do I feel sad? Yes, I do. Do I miss them? I do. But do I regret it? No, I don't. Sometimes you put people ahead of yourself because you feel that these people are your people, because you feel that they understand you, you understand them. When things go south or when things are good, you know who to call or who to reach out to. You show up, you give grace, you give time, you give energy, you are there when they need you. And likewise, they do the same thing for you. But at the end of the day, you just have to pause and understand if this is what you actually want. And then one day you wake up to realize that you don't think that this is working for you or for them, and they are not who you think they are. And that realization is very painful because at the time you are getting to realize is either you are in deep or it has gotten to the stage where you feel that these people are already part of you. And letting go can be difficult, but then you just have to do what you have to do. As I said earlier, in 2025, I lost majority of my friends. And before anyone misunderstands me, I have my faults. I am not perfect. As a matter of fact, nobody is even 100% perfect, you know. Things happened and then we decided to just cut off every other thing that we want to do for our own sanity. And I think that is what happened last year. And one thing is certain for me, none of my friend groups will say that I'm not intentional about them. If you have me as a friend, you have, not to brag, you have gold because I put you first. Every of your dreams is my dream because I want to see you shine. I want to see you be on top of the world. But things happen and then we are humans after all. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. But if we are to weigh this, like we put it on a weight, I can say that I'm not even 20% wrong when it comes to what happened in this friendship. I'm not going to go into the old details, but I'm going to give you a hint of what happened and why I decided to walk away from my place. Maybe they cut me off, maybe I cut them off. It might be vice versa, but I think it's best. And that is why I had to reflect and do that. So before I made this decision, I had to sit myself down and I realized that if you have outgrown a level of friendship, there's no point sitting there. There's no point trying to be part of a friend group that you think you are not needed. And staying in that kind of friendship will drain you. I was part of a friend group. We were like a friend of six, and it was smooth. You were my person. At the point, I just felt like these are my sisters, to be very honest. It was a circle, it was a space that I thought was safe up until when I actually realized that I wasn't needed in that group. And I had to walk away. Maybe they also had to walk away. I don't know how the decision came to realization, but I know that at some point we had to split. And later on, I found out that these people talk about me behind my back. I'm not saying that friends do not gossip, but then if you are gossiping about a member of your own group, that is not friendship. It's another thing when someone offends you in the group and you're like, I don't like what this person did. And we all come together to say, okay, let's settle the rift. But then the moment where two or three persons or four persons are talking about a particular person in a friend group, then something is wrong. And honestly, when the whole thing happened, I wasn't angry. I wasn't overthinking it, but I was disappointed. I expected more from people that I thought were my own persons. So when it unfolded, I was very disappointed. I was hurt. As a matter of fact, I cried at some point. I didn't cry because I was losing the friendship. I cried because I'd invested my time, my energy, and I thought these people are my friends because I do not have sisters. I don't know. They're just two, just me and my brother, and the age difference is wide. And seeing people that acknowledge me, people that we go out together, we share gifts, we share experiences, we talk about our lives, and then seeing these people drift apart from you is really painful. My question now is, why do you call somebody your friend when you always see them in a negative light? Why do you feel like this person is my friend, but then you have something negative to talk about the person? Oh, Boali is overstepping. Oh, Boali is usually quiet. Oh, Boali doesn't like hanging out with us. Oh, Boali is this and that. And not for one do you think you have to tell this to the person's face and say, Boali, you're overstepping. Boali, you're prognosing. Boali, you're doing this and doing that. I do not like. I decided to say it amongst yourself and keep it away from the actual person that you're having an issue with. And when all of this played out, I realized just one thing. People will choose who they want to choose, regardless of how kind you are, regardless of how intentional you are about them. People will always have their own person, and that is totally fine. People will always choose who they want to choose, even if you're right. And once I understood that, I knew I needed to remove myself from that equation, because what happened was very minor. It wasn't even something that was meant to like drag for so long. But I'm so glad that that incident happened. I don't want to say it here because I don't want it to feel as if I'm attacking them through my content, but I just wanted to express myself. This has happened from the beginning of the year, but I've been trying to see if we can maintain cordial relationships, but I realized it wasn't going to work. And I think what hurt the most was how everybody switched up on me. Let's say I'm a bad person. Let's just say I'm a bad person. And out of the group of 6, no one person deemed it fit to say, okay, let me reach out to this person. Let me even know what is going on. But the moment they heard from one part, they just assumed, and everybody switched up on me. And just like the flash of the light, everything just started going south from that day. No conversation, no clarity, everybody just moved on. And I wanted to understand what was going on, but I chose silence because I'm not confrontational. And I've come to realize that I'm a grown woman now. I do not want to hold on to grudges. And I understand that this grudge can be a very terrible thing if it's not best handled. And looking at the attitude I was receiving, looking at the amount of silence that I received from the other people that were not even present during this altercation, I felt it was better that I removed myself. So I stopped communication, I stopped messaging, I stopped moving on with them. Even if there's an event, I'm busy and I don't just want to be in the same space with them. So I moved on from that. A lot of things happened afterwards I do not want to talk about, but I felt that for my own sanity, for me to just see what is going on, I needed to step back. And then towards the end of the year, the biggest one happened. I parted ways with somebody I've been friends with for 8 years. I've known this person since 2016, but we started talking 2017, and the friendship blossomed. And if you are on my WhatsApp from way back, if you're on my social media space from way back, you will know this person because we are inseparable. You see me, you see this person. We loved ourselves. Even up till now, I think there's still a bit of love because friendship and sisterhood will not thrive if it's not on love. But then I realized that I needed to choose myself. That friendship drained me. Mentally, it drained me. And although we've had issues before now, but we've always had time to talk about it, settle it, and move on, just like adults. But this time I had to self-reflect because I had noticed a pattern. And once I noticed a pattern about something in my head, I'm looking for how to escape from that. Every time we had issues, I'm always more self-reflecting, looking for ways to get better. Because as a matter of fact, if you're friends and you tell me you do this and I don't like it, best believe that I will adjust. If it's okay, I don't like the way you're silent on me, I adjust. I don't like the way you raise your voice when you're angry, I adjust. And that makes me a better person because in every friendship, self-reflect, know if you are the problem so that you know where you want to work on and not just think that everybody knows that that's how I am. I don't do that once I'm a friend, but And when I looked at the pattern and I realized just one thing, I have been used. In the friendship, I've been the one doing more. I've been the one picking out my own struggles and also picking out my friend's struggles. This was someone who knew everything about me, my struggles, my school, everything about me. And at the point when I lost my job last year, we were not talking for 4 months. So what that means is we were not talking through October till January when I lost my job last year. And she was even a better person than me. She called me and was like, "Oh, you lost your job and you didn't tell me. If I didn't call you, why weren't you going to tell me?" I felt bad at that moment because I knew I wasn't going to tell her because we were not talking at that point. So why should my first point of contact be, "Oh, hi, I lost my job"? It will look as if I'm looking for a pity where there is no one. And then we talked through, we had our moments, we apologized to each other, and the friendship continued. But the day the friendship continued, something happened. There was an opportunity for me to get a job and for her to also get a job because at that point she was also looking out to get a job. And I gave her the link to the opportunity, and this person had someone who could actually help us both. I never mentioned my name. I was there. I was hot. I was like, is it because we fought for a period of time and we're just coming back? That's why she didn't mention me. And even though I was the one that engineered how we got this opportunity, I thought about it for days. And one thing about me, if you're friends with me, if you offend me, I might not tell you immediately because I like to choose my words. I can be saucy, so I found a way to express myself. So anytime I'm angry or anything is happening at the moment, I don't talk at that moment. I give it time. I self-reflect and then I tell you. Then I reached out to this person to say, "You offended me." So what did I do? I explained to her. She apologized and I wish that she lied about her response to me. You know why I wish that she lied about her response to me was because the response she gave was giving the vibe of, "Oh, you might be better than me. They might pick you and not pick me." And at that point, I felt bad because if I didn't see you as my friend, I wasn't going to give you the opportunity. I was like, I gave you that opportunity because I felt like, if they pick me, that's a win for either of us. But then she didn't. And when I asked her, the response I got made me realize that I've been the one carrying the friendship all along. There were other times that I had to doubt that friendship because other times they picked other people over me. And as a matter of fact, if you're friends with me, you'll be friends with other people. I do not mind. Simply because you can't always just be friends with just me. You have other people you have to communicate with. But picking other people over me felt somehow to me, and then I stopped fighting. I just realized that once something is for you, you don't have to keep fighting for you. All these friendships that I had in place, they drained me. Maybe because I was always thinking these are my people, I was always going extra miles, and I was drained. I was tired. I was tired of projecting. I was tired of being the one trying to push that friendship. It sort of made it feel as if I couldn't live without them or my life evolved around them. Maybe at some point my life did evolve around them because I love friendships. So I love genuine friendship. I love intentional friendships. I love when I want to think about somebody, I'm thinking about my friendship. I'm thinking of what to do to make them happy. Friendship just make me happy. And every time I had issues or discords with my friends, I know that we will always come back. So I give that space for, okay, you might come back. Let's not take it high. Let's not take it low. Let's just leave it at that point. But then when I graduated, this friend of mine was begged, literally begged to congratulate me. I didn't even know. But then in the evening time, I saw a message that says, "Congratulations, more wins." We barely fought, maybe 2 days ago, 2 days before my graduation, actually. And if I was to be in her shoes, I won't send that. I will at least send a proper congratulation message, knowing the struggles I went through to graduate and all of that. And then later, I found out that it wasn't out of her free will that she sent me that message, it was because another of her friend nudged her to wish me a congratulations, and there was no coming back from that. I just felt like that was the last straw. I was tired. It's not as if our congratulations was going to be everything to me, but it would have meant something to me if she had sent a proper congratulations without anyone forcing her to do that for me. And you know what? I'm tired. I'm exhausted from trying to pull the weight of others, trying to fit into friendships that I have outgrown. And maybe I grieved for a while because I know that it's not only death that you grieve some friendships that were once like priority to you, and then you just let it go. You just let it freeze out, and then you just start again. And starting again is not easy because you have the anxiety from your previous friendships. And one thing I've learned is growth is better than familiarity, and then solitude is better than being surrounded with people that do not actually see you. With time, I know that everything will make sense. I'll meet friendships that will meet me where I am and understand where I'm coming from, and also will just vibe into that genuine connection. And if you're watching this and you're grieving friendship that you thought will last forever, I want you to know that outgrowing people doesn't make you a bad person. It's normal to outgrow your friendships. And choosing yourself does not mean that you're selfish. And walking away from friendship that do not serve you does not mean that you have failed. It just means that you self-reflect and you think that this is not working. And it is only important for you to move on and not keep staying where you're not appreciated. And I want to leave you with this. Losing friendship does not mean that you're failed. It just means that you chose peace. And that is all I have to say today. Till I see you next time. Bye.